The transmission arrived on a Tuesday morning, crackling through the quantum relay with the cold efficiency that characterized all Galactic Council communications. Admiral Sarah Chen stood in the command center of Luna Base, her weathered hands gripping the steel railing as the holographic display materialized before her. The alien diplomat's tri-segmented face bore no expression as it delivered the news. The human child violated Sector 7 protocols by approaching the sacred Vorthon shrine. The execution was carried out in accordance with Council Law. 4471B Earth's government will submit the required apology within 72 standard hours, and the connection terminated with a soft chime that echoed. Through the suddenly silent command center, Chen felt the blood drain from her face as she processed the words. 12-year-old Marcus Webb, son of a terraforming engineer, had been vaporized by Galactic Council security for the crime of curiosity. "Ma'am?" Lieutenant Torres approached cautiously. "Your orders?" Chen's voice was steady despite the rage building in her chest. "Patch me through to Earth Command. Authorization Omega-7. The holographic seal of Earth's Unified Defense Council materialized moments later, followed by the stern face of Director Harrison Blake. His expression darkened as Chen relayed the message. "Those bastards," Blake whispered. "A child. They killed a human child. What are your orders, sir?" Blake was silent for a long moment, his fingers drumming against his desk. When he spoke, his voice carried the weight of history. "Admiral, I'm authorizing Operation Prometheus. Wake the ancient fleet." Chen felt her breath catch. The ancient fleet, humanity's first and most terrible creation, built in the dark years before first contact, when humanity believed they were alone in a hostile universe. Ships designed not for exploration or diplomacy, but for one purpose: the complete annihilation of any threat to human civilization. "Sir, are you certain?" "The Council has 3 million vessels across 47 species. We're talking about war against the entire galaxy." Blake's eyes hardened. "They made that choice when they murdered an innocent child. The Council has grown soft, Admiral. They've forgotten what humans are capable of when we're truly threatened. It's time to remind them." 12 hours later, Chen stood on the observation deck of the Nemesis, the ancient fleet's flagship. Around her, the void of space erupted with light as humanity's sleeping giants awakened. Each vessel was a monument to human ingenuity twisted by necessity, sleek predators bristling with weapons that violated a dozen interstellar treaties. The fleet numbered only 200 ships, tiny compared to the Council's vast armadas. But these weren't ordinary vessels. They were products of humanity's darkest imagination, built with technologies that other species had deemed too dangerous to pursue. "Admiral," came the voice of Captain Rodriguez from the bridge. "All ships report ready. Ancient protocols are active." Chen activated her comm unit. "This is Admiral Chen to all ancient fleet vessels. Today we remind the galaxy why humanity once stood alone against the darkness and survived. For Marcus Webb, for every human child who deserves to explore the stars without fear, show them what we are." The first engagement came in the Outer Rim, where a Council patrol fleet of 80 vessels detected the human advance. The alien commanders, confident in their numerical superiority, moved to intercept. They never saw it coming. The ancient fleet's ships seemed to fold reality around themselves, disappearing from sensors only to reappear in the heart of the enemy formation. Weapons that existed in theoretical papers materialized their destructive potential, turning proud alien warships into expanding clouds of superheated gas. In 17 minutes, the patrol fleet ceased to exist. News of the slaughter raced ahead of the human fleet, carried by the few survivors who managed to escape. The Galactic Council convened an emergency session, their previously dismissive attitude toward humanity rapidly evolving into something approaching terror. "How is this possible?" demanded Counselor Vextar of the Hegemony. "Human technology was classified as Level 3, barely spacefaring." The Council's military advisor, a scarred veteran named Thrakon, studied the tactical reports with growing unease. "These aren't the same humans we've been monitoring. These ships, they're using technologies we banned centuries ago. Quantum tunneling weapons, reality manipulators. They're tearing through our fleets like they're made of paper." By the time the ancient fleet reached the core worlds, panic had consumed the Galactic Council. Their assembled armadas, representing the combined military might of 47 civilizations, waited in defensive formations around the capital world of Nexus Prime. Admiral Chen stood on her bridge, watching the enemy fleet fill the void ahead. 3 million ships against 200. Under normal circumstances, it would have been laughable. These were not normal circumstances. "Begin the final phase," Chen ordered. The ancient fleet ships began to sing, a harmonic resonance that penetrated the quantum foam itself. Reality writhed as humanity's ultimate weapons powered up. The aliens watched in growing horror as space itself seemed to revolt against their presence. Then the humans attacked. What followed couldn't be called a battle. It was an extermination. Human ships phased between dimensions, appearing inside enemy hulls to detonate their cargo of antimatter. Gravity weapons compressed entire squadrons into singularities. Temporal distortions aged thousand-year-old vessels into cosmic dust in seconds. The slaughter ended when the Council's flagship, the massive Eternal Glory, split in half and tumbled toward Nexus Prime's atmosphere. In the sudden silence that followed, a single transmission cut through the comm channels. "This is Admiral Sarah Chen of the Human Ancient Fleet." Her voice echoed across every surviving Council vessel. "You killed a child. One innocent human child. In response, we have ended your civilization as you knew it." She paused, letting the weight of her words settle in the vacuum between them. "We are not the species you thought you knew. We are the descendants of warriors who fought their way out of caves and climbed to the stars through will alone. We are the children of a world that tried to kill us every single day. And we survived by becoming something our enemies feared to face." The transmission crackled with static as quantum interference rippled through space. "Rebuild your fleets if you wish. Forge new alliances. Create new weapons. It doesn't matter. You have reminded us what we truly are, and we will never forget again. Touch another human child, and we will finish what you started here today." The ancient fleet vanished as suddenly as it had appeared, folding back into the dimensions between spaces. Behind them, the remnants of the Galactic Council's armada drifted in the void, a monument to the galaxy's newfound understanding. Humanity had returned to the stars, and the universe would never be the same.